kind of weird room over there. It's down at the end of here. I've changed the culling as well, so that right now, just by default, we only draw the room you're currently in and the neighbors, but we don't draw anything beyond the immediate neighbor. So this thing down here is no longer being drawn, and it only starts being drawn when I go from here into there. That's not the correct behavior. Now we're in there, this one gets drawn. That's not the correct behavior long term, but it is just kind of proving the point that that system works. So we're going to keep that in there for now, and then when later on when we want more fine-grained control over what rooms are visible from what other rooms, that will go in, and that system's ready to use it. So this is looking pretty good. The maze level now looks kind of interesting. So if I come in here and press play, we spawn in some random parts of the maze. So we spawn in this room, and these are the neighbors. And as I go from this room to a neighbor, we're now in this room, and these are the neighbors of this room. So it becomes this kind of weird thing where you only see the tiny part of the maze that you're in. The guard still is capable of searching for us. So as you see up here, the guard is kind of finding its way to us at the moment. It will get to us soon enough. Oh shit. Yeah, it's getting a bit stuck. Not sure why it's getting a little bit stuck there. It did make it. That might just be the oversteer thing where it just goes a little bit too far. But it... Okay, truthfully I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. Maybe there is something a little glitchy about the guard kind of going through a wall or something. Like here it's just lighthousing, that's fine. Right there, it looks like it was getting stuck on the wall. That might be it trying to get to the waypoint, which is only at the very center of the hole in the wall. Because when it transitions from one room to another, it tries to go via the waypoint right in the center. So if it's... that might just be what's happening here. It's going around the player, ends up kind of oversteering into this room, and then has to get back via the waypoint. And the same thing with that room. Maybe that's just a false alarm. I'll admit it's not the most elegant, but there we go. Anyway, that's working. There was something else I had to fix up yesterday. Right, so as part of the refactoring, I would like to be able to delete this, because the rooms won't have any sort of absolute position in the world space anymore, because there's not going to be any such thing as world space. Similarly, these two things I'd like to kill. I think these are still used though, and I think they're used in 2 places. They were used in 2 places. One of them I fixed yesterday. One of them is here. So the one I fixed... transitioning from one room to another, which might be where the guard was doing something weird just then. Previously we'd take the room coordinates, translate that to world coordinates, transition to the new room, and then translate back into room coordinates within the new room. Here I'm doing something different. we're translating from room coordinates into the room's XYZ coordinates, then taking an offset from here to the adjacent room, which is a new concept I introduced, and then translating back. So same kind of thing, but this guy's come in. Where this guy is an analog of the visible rooms. Visible rooms have that transformation matrix that we were dealing with last stream that I messed up. That now works. Here we have just delta translation and rotation. That's how we go from one room to the adjacent room. And yeah, that shit's now working. Translation matrix was going wrong for reasons I don't understand. So this is what we used to do, just to add every single other room. Here's what we're doing now, which is where we only add children and the parents, which